This is the QTV Nightly News, which is also on Q Radio 103.3 FM, and I am Jul Denjai. Thank you for joining us. Here are the headlines. Following the death of Omar Baji in Mandinaring during a police incident on Friday, the government has announced the establishment of coroner's inquest to investigate the circumstances surrounding his death. On Monday, the National Assembly held its third ordinary session of 2025, where Finance Minister C.D. Keita presented the Auditor General's report on the central government's 2021-2023 financial statements. The African Network Against Extrajudicial Killings and Enforced Disappearances, ANACET, held the Human Rights in Action Awards on Saturday to honor courageous human rights activists and organizations. As part of Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, Basic Bank, in partnership with Inorix Global Health on Saturday, organized free prostate cancer screening for men at its head office on Kairaba Avenue. And Gambian League champions Real de Banjul are out of CAF Champions League preliminary stage after they were defeated by Asfa of Morocco in Rabat. These and other stories coming ahead. Do stay tuned. Thank you very much for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News, and now let us take a look at the news in detail. Following the death of Omar Baji in Mandinaring during a police incident, the government has announced the establishment of coroner's inquest to investigate the circumstances surrounding his death. And Sumana Isonyasi reports.
The decision to set up a coroner's inquest into the death of Omar Baji was first announced by Abdoulaye Sanyang, the Minister of Interior. He led a government delegation accompanied by religious leaders to the bereaved Baji family in Mandinari to offer condolences and pay their respects. The Gambia Police Force has confirmed that the 4 officers directly involved in the patrol operation have been summoned to appear before its investigative panel. The police are also urging community members, particularly eyewitnesses or anyone with relevant information, to come forward and provide their accounts at Banjul Police Station, assuring that all information will be treated with strict confidentiality and respect. The National Human Rights Commission issued a statement on 27 September expressing concern over recurring incidents involving the police, particularly arbitrary actions during public assemblies and the indiscriminate use of tear gas by the police intervention unit, which often escalate tensions. The Commission reminded the Gambia Police Force that arbitrary arrests and the disproportionate use of force undermine human dignity and violate fundamental rights guaranteed under national laws and international instruments ratified by the Gambia. While acknowledging the police's responsibility to maintain law and order, the Commission emphasized that this mandate must be carried out in strict adherence to the Constitution, the rule of law, and due process. The Commission further appealed to the youth and the public to remain calm, avoid violence, and allow due process to prevail. It also reminded rights holders of their duty to act within the law, support the police in safeguarding peace and security, and refrain from taking the law into their own hands. The death of youth Omar Baji on Friday triggered violent clashes with youths. According to a Gambia Police Force statement, officers on patrol encountered a group of young men suspected of using prohibited substances. As the group dispersed, Baji collapsed while fleeing and was passed to Banjul Health Center and then referred to Kanifing General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. However, eyewitnesses and some relatives offer a different account, alleging that Omar was beaten by the officers who arrested him. Many in the public hope that an independent inquest will clarify the circumstances of his death. Ansmane Sonyasi for KTV News.
We will now link to GRTS for President Adama Barrow's address on dialogue and the rule of law. We will be right back after his address.
And those who violence or incite will be held accountable in accordance with due process and respect for human rights. To our security forces, I urge continued professionalism, restraint, and respect for the rights of all citizens, uphold our Constitution, act with wisdom, and protect public order in a manner worthy of the confidence Gambians have placed in you. Let us all reaffirm our shared responsibility for peace, stability, and the continued development of our country. Our robust democratic institutions, National Assembly, courts, civil society, provide the channels for every grievance to be addressed. Let us use them and reject any path that leads to disorder and harm. As we move forward, let unity, respect for one another, and commitment to our national values guide us. Only together, through peaceful engagement and shared responsibility, will we build the Gambia of our dreams. May the Almighty bless our beloved nation and guide us towards greater peace and progress. I thank you for your kind attention.
And now to the rest of our stories. On Monday, the National Assembly convened for its third ordinary session of 2025 legislative year, during which Minister of Finance, C.D. Keita, presented the Auditor General's report on the central government's audited financial statements for 2021 to 2023. Ma'am Nabuka has the rest of that story.
The Minister of Finance's presentation follows the new Auditor General Cherno Amadou Sow's initiative to reduce the backlog of national accounts. The audit reports, which are in fulfillment of the provision of the Public Finance Act 2014 and were prepared in accordance with the International Public Sector Accounting Standard, provide a comprehensive account of the government's financial operations during those respective years and reflect a continued commitment to transparency, accountability, and the prudent management of public resources, essentially restoring public trust and ensuring timely reporting on how taxpayers' money is used. Here is C.D. Keita, the Minister of Finance, presenting the audited financial statements of the year 2021 to 2023.
In 2021, the total government revenue accounted for 16.4 billion, representing 89% of the approved revenue. On the expenditure side, total spending was 21.7 billion, 92% of the budget. Government operations covering salaries and goods and services absorbed the largest share at 10 billion. Transfers to other government entities total 2.9 billion, while capital expenditure was $3.4 billion, is 16.6% of the total spending. For 2022 financial year, the government revenue amounted to 16.5 billion, representing 62% of the approved target. Total expenditure amount to $21.6 billion, is against $22.8 billion. Government operations absorbed 10.7 billion, 49% of the spending. Transfers to other government entities total 3.1 billion, while capital expenditure amounted to $2.7 billion. Is interest payment 2.6 billion, social benefit 353 million, and other expenses 2 billion. In 2023, government revenue strengthened significantly, reaching $23.3 billion. Is total expenditure amounts to 22.1 billion, broadly in line with the approved budget. Government operations accounted for 10.8 billion, transfers to other government entities total 4.5 billion, Capital expenditure stood at 2.1 billion, interest 2.1 billion, social benefits 355 million, and other expenses 2.3 billion. While 2021 and 2022 recorded deficits largely financed through domestic borrowing, 2023 marked a significant turnaround with revenue performance surpassing budgetary targets and resulting in a surplus.
Following the presentation, a motion was moved and seconded to refer the Auditor General's report to the Finance and Public Accounts Committee FPAC for detailed scrutiny, which was approved by the August Assembly. However, a heated debate took place over the second motion raised to grant the Auditor General permission to publish the reports for public consumption. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, Speaker of the National Assembly, stepped in to restore order in the chamber.
These reports will be with FPAC for probably for next 6 months, 1 year or more. It means it will not be available to the public. But so far it is tabled and laid here, and is going to be given to the library and it becomes public property. He is sticking that we grant that the Auditor General publishes the report for public consumption. That is the motion. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. Honourable Speaker, the ayes have it.
The session underscored the Assembly's commitment to transparency and accountability, with rigorous debate highlighting the importance of timely financial reporting and public trust in the management of government resources. Mamna Buka, reporting for QTV News.
Now, the African Network Against Extrajudicial Killings and Enforced Disappearances, ANECET, on Saturday hosted Human Rights in Action Awards ceremony to honor human rights activists and organizations for their courage and advocacy in safeguarding human rights. QTV's Ansumana Esonyasi was at the event, and this is his report.
Saturday's event honored human rights defenders, with 11 of 35 nominees recognized for their outstanding advocacy and contributions to protecting individual rights. Among the honorees were renowned activist and musician Ali Cham, widely known by his stage name Killer Ace, Nyima Sanyang, popularly known as Nos Nyima on TikTok, and Seiture Kanyi. A posthumous award was also presented in honor of the late Fatou Barrow, former QTV reporter and activist. Additionally, prominent platforms such as Watson Gambia and Open Gambia platform were recognized for their impactful contributions. Speaking at the event, ANECET Country Director Sirandau and Nene Seni Seka of the UN Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights highlighted that the awards underscore the crucial role these individuals and organizations play in promoting human rights and social justice.
The work of the people that we are celebrating today is the realization, really, of what of ANECET's founder and executive director, Nana John Dawes. Her vision for human rights work, she says, is that of the baobab tree, which starts from a small seed and grows into a mighty and resilient tree.
To the awardees, your action matters. You are examples for others and vital for developing and building rights-respecting future. To those in authority, human rights are the foundation of peace.
The chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission, Emmanuel Daniel Diouf, congratulated the winners and highlighted the importance of the awards as a powerful symbol of human rights advocacy, while commending ANECET for honoring their contributions.
The country is emerging from dictatorship, and we have promised ourselves, the TRRC, we saw what happened, never again. It's very interesting. It looks as if it happened 20 years ago. I'm saying that because some of the things that are happening, you wonder, have we learned?
Several winners took to the stage to express their gratitude and reaffirm their dedication to advancing human rights and driving social change. Among them were Nos Nyima Sanyang and Ismaila Fadera of Open Gambia platform. Aissatou Seka of ANECET also emphasized the vital contributions of human rights advocates and extended appreciation to their partners for supporting the awards.
This award is not just for me. It belongs to everybody. And it belongs to every person and every community member who believes that health is a human right.
This award is not a recognition for Open Gambia Forum, but it is for the entire Gambian that refuse to remain silent as far as corruption or injustice or violation of human rights is concerned.
Thank you for believing in the vision that everyday Gambians who quietly go
above and beyond deserve to be seen, celebrated and supported. You have helped us turn a vision into a reality.
Since announcing the nominees, Aniket received over 35,000 responses, reflecting strong public interest and recognition of the nominees' impactful work. Led by African women human rights activists, Aniket is an independent, non-political and non-religious civil society organization. Over the years, it has gained prominence and widespread respect for its commitment to promoting human rights and amplifying the voices of victims of rights violations under the Jammeh regime. Ansumane Sonyasi for KTV News.
The report by Ansumane Sonyasi will take us for a commercial break. When we return, we have national, international and sports news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
Browse with us. QCell brings you a promo like never before. Get unlimited internet for just $25. Yes! Recharge $25 and enjoy the convenience of free internet from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. every day with our Browse with Us promo. With this amazing offer, you can browse, stream, and download all your favorite movies for free. So why wait? Recharge $25 today and enjoy free internet only with QCell between 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. For more information, call customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Bus, we innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
At Ajib Bank, we are more than banking. We build bridges that connect you to pivotal services every day. Do you have government bills to pay to the Gambia Revenue Authority, Comfort, KMC, or the Accountant General's Department? We've got you covered. From payment of customs and domestic taxes to GRA, payment of number plate and vehicle ownership transfer to Comfort, payment of property rates and business license fee to KMC, and payment of MR passport, business registration, fishing license, land fees, sale of assets, lease application, development permits, quarrying royalties, gravel and sand, mining royalties, and a host of other revenue lines to the Accountant General's Department. Walk into any of our branches nationwide and make your payments hassle-free. Either in person or online, simple, secure, and immediate. With Ajib Bank, there is no need to worry about government bill payments for your vehicles, taxes, licenses, business registration, and any other revenue line. Ajib Bank, passionate about your investment. We've got you covered. Ajib Bank, your investment partner.
Welcome back, and this is QTV News. Now to the rest of our stories. As part of Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, Basic Bank, in partnership with Innovarex Global Health, on Saturday organized free prostate cancer screening for men at its head office on Kairaba Avenue. The initiative is part of the bank's corporate social responsibility efforts aimed at promoting men's health. Aliu Sise reports.
Prostate cancer remains one of the leading health concerns among men worldwide, and early detection is key to saving lives. The screening attracted dozens of men, many of whom welcomed the opportunity for free medical advice and checkups. Hani Esgale, the managing director of Basic Bank, said they are proud to undertake the initiative.
Banking is not only about numbers or transactions. It is about people and community. By supporting early detection and awareness, we reaffirm our belief that caring for our society is as important as serving it financially. We would like also to acknowledge the efforts and cooperation of our partner in this event, Innovarex Global Health, and the invaluable guidance from the Gambian Ministry of Health National Cancer Control Program. We are grateful to everyone who has helped make this event possible, and to the participants for joining us. Together, let us use this moment as a reminder to look after ourselves, to care for one another, and to keep building a stronger, healthier people.
Health experts at the event, such as Ismail D. Baji, CEO of Innovax, and Dr. Lamin Jaite, a surgeon at the Edward Francis Moore Teaching Hospital, respectively, emphasized that prostate cancer often develops silently and encouraged men, especially those above the age of 50, to undergo regular checkups.
No matter how good the doctor, no matter how good the hospital, when it's too late, there's very little we could do. So if there's any message around this, it's early detection. Even the test that we're doing today, it's not to determine if there's cancer. It's step one in giving you information.
But most often, prostate cancer at the beginning has no symptoms. And that's why it's important to come for screening. After a certain age, it's advised for men to go regularly to health facilities to get it screened. And I insist again, once you are able to detect prostate cancer, or any cancer for that matter, on time, you can live a full life, meaning as if somebody who's never had cancer before.
With prostate cancer awareness still low in many communities, attendees said efforts like this are crucial in breaking barriers and encouraging men to take charge of their health. Basic Bank was established in 1999 as one of the organs of the Community of Sahel-Saharan States in charge of development of the region. This initiative highlights Basic Bank's commitment to community well-being, reminding men that health is wealth. By promoting awareness and early screening, the bank and its partners save lives, strengthen families, and set an inspiring example of service beyond banking. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
World Rabies Day, observed every year on 28th of September, was marked on Sunday by the Gambia Horse and Donkey Trust in collaboration with animal welfare advocates and the Department of Livestock Services, DLS. Our reporter visited the Birkama Veterinary Office to cover the event, and this is her report.
The 2025 World Rabies Day, themed Act Now, You, Me, Community, urges everyone to help prevent rabies through vaccination, education, and community action. Lang Baba Sise, General Manager of the Gambia Horse and Donkey Trust, stated that this year's World Rabies Day is being observed nationwide to help cope the risk of rabies. He noted that vaccines sourced from Senegal are readily available. Mr. Sise stressed the importance of collective efforts in preventing this deadly but preventable disease.
That's why we have this day to commemorate the World Rabies Day and to show the world that how dangerous this disease are. This disease is a killer disease and always comes from the dogs. So if you want to eradicate that, you must target the dogs and give them rabies vaccines.
Yaya BI, Principal Animal Production Officer at DLS, West Coast Region, highlighted the significance of this year's theme.
Act Now, you, we, and the community in large means we all know rabies is a viral disease, and it is a deadly viral disease. Deadly in a sense that it has no cure. The only best thing to protect is to vaccinate against rabies.
Musa Jallo is the head of the dogs department at the Gambia Horse and Donkey Trust.
They can do a lot, but most Gambians see them as just a dog. But in Europe, dogs are, been trained to be able to detect diabetes on patients. Dogs are been trained to be able to do certain things like shopping and leading blind people on the street. All those things we have seen dogs been doing.
Karamo Mane from Banjul brought his dog for vaccination.
I had this information and was very pleased. I regularly take my dog to the Birkama veterinary for treatment, so I didn't waste any time bringing him for vaccination. Experts explain that rabies is a serious disease. It can cause aggression in dogs, and if a dog bites a human, it can be fatal without timely treatment. Since we rely on these animals, it is essential to care for them properly.
Sifo Bojang, an animal scientist, discussed his work as a veterinarian and shared ways to encourage young people to pursue careers in this field.
We have to start talking to students, encourage them to get into the field. But I think it's a very long process because to become a veterinary doctor or a veterinary surgeon, you have to read for about 6 years or more before you can get your first degree to be qualified to do your master's degree in it. So I think we are encouraging the young ones on the ground to take suit and also start reading veterinary medicine so that we can have more veterinarians in the Gambia.
Sophie Baji, an advocate for the Animal Welfare Association, explained how the organization champions the welfare of the animals.
In that welfare, we have 5 freedoms in animal welfare. That is freedom number 1, freedom from hunger and thirst. We have freedom from discomfort. We have freedom from pain, injury, and disease. We have freedom to express normal animal behavior. So in that, most of the animal owners, they don't know how to take care of their animals. So they treat their animals anyhow they wish to. So this animal welfare is here to stand to fight against that.
Rabies is a deadly viral disease affecting both animals and humans, typically transmitted through bites or scratches from infected animals such as dogs, birds, or foxes. For QTV News, Loli M. Kamara.
That story by Loli M. Kamara will take us to sports news. Gambian League champions Real de Banjul are out of the CAF Champions League preliminary stage after they were defeated by Asfar of Morocco in Rabat, ending their dream of first group phase appearance. Our sports reporter Momodo Gajaga was monitoring the game, and this is his report.
15-time Gambian champions Real de Banjul are knocked out of the preliminaries first round after a 2-1 defeat in the second leg to Moroccan giants Asfar. The Gambia's sole representative in the continental club football put up a spirited second leg performance, but it was not enough to make a comeback after falling behind twice. Asfar opened the scoring in the 18th minute when Augusto Real calmly finished to give the home side the lead. His goal made the aggregate 3-0, following Asfar's first leg 2-0 victory. The tie was effectively sealed when Reda Salim converted a penalty, making it 2-0 on the night and 4-0 on aggregate. Despite their slim chances of a remarkable comeback, Real de Banjul pushed forward and reduced the deficit when Musa Cisse scored with a half volley in the 78th minute. Real de Banjul, fueled by belief, determination and pride, launched waves of attacks, improved passing, created several goal-scoring opportunities, but their efforts ended in a 2-1 defeat, 4-1 on aggregate. This is how Ibrahim Ajata, coach of Real de Banjul, reacted to the loss.
It's unfortunate for us today again, but nonetheless, we are still proud of our boys. Coming into the first game, we haven't got much information about our opponent, but after that game, we knew exactly how they operated. Then we tried to go against their weaknesses, but all of a sudden, we have bigger legs today, fullbacks. So we really wanted to exploit the space, but it's unfortunate that we couldn't get the results from the first half.
Real de Banjul faced a disadvantage heading into the tie, as the Independence Stadium was unavailable, forcing them to play their home match in Morocco, giving Asfar a clear home field advantage. Momodu Gajaga, QTV News.
The report by Momodu Gajaga brings us to the end of this news bulletin. Do join us again at 10 p.m. for another news bulletin. Thank you for watching.